Welcome to the Tennessee Department of Environment and Conservation's Limited English Proficiency, or LEP, training. This training is for those individuals who have been identified as LEP points of contact for their respective division or office within the department. The topics to be discussed in this training include who is considered Limited English Proficiency, or LEP, the legal reason for LEP, the LEP process, and LEP preparation. What is an LEP individual? An LEP individual is someone who does not speak English as a primary language and has a limited ability to read, speak, or understand English. LEP individuals may be competent in English for speaking or understanding, but still be LEP for reading or writing. The following laws establish the legal basis for assisting LEP persons. Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 states, "No person in the United States shall, on the grounds of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance." Tennessee Code 4-21-904, established on May 31, 1993. Tennessee Human Rights Commission Rule 1500-01-03-.08A6 requires all executive departments to have an LEP policy and detailed procedure, and Executive Order 13166, improving access to services for persons with limited English proficiency, established on August 11, 2000. TDECS process on LEP assistance. LEP persons are entitled to meaningful access and an equal opportunity to participate in TDECS services, programs, and activities. This is accomplished through the following language assistance steps. Step 1, identify that the person is LEP. Step 2, identify their language. Step 3, obtain competent services. And step 4, document the encounter. Step 1, identify that the person is LEP. An individual may not be English proficient if you see any of the following signs. The individual seems confused when you speak to them. There is a significant lag in response when asked a question. They do not provide a clear answer. They use body language rather than verbal communication. They are speaking a different language. They have a friend or family member interpreting. Never assume someone is LEP because they look foreign or have an accent. Step 2, identify their language. For in-person encounters, use the I Speak card to assist the individual in identifying the language in which they require an interpreter. For field encounters, use the laminated LEP field card for guidance. For telephonic encounters, use the I Speak card as a guide and list names of languages or countries to assist the LEP person in identifying the language in which they require an interpreter. Step 3, obtain competent services. The following 4 options for translation services are listed in order of preference. Option 1, access telephonic interpretation or written translation services from AVAZA or Linguistica. For AVAZA, call 482-8292. For Linguistica, call 1-866-908-5744. Option 2, check your division LEP log for a list of bilingual staff. Option 3, use Google Translate. And option 4, use friends or family to interpret only when it's an emergency. AVAZA and Linguistica services. AVAZA and Linguistica provide telephonic interpretation and written translation services. These services can be provided in any language and at any time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. To use this service, call their toll-free number and provide your division account number and the language for which you need interpretation. There is no appointment or reservation necessary, and wait times for interpreters usually is less than 3 minutes. Bilingual services. Check your division LEP log for a list of bilingual staff. Verify with staff that they are comfortable and competent to interpret or translate on the subject matter. If the staff member is uncomfortable, use an alternative service. Google Translate app. If reliable self-service is not available to call either of the telephonic interpretation services, use the Google Translate app to get customer contact information and set up an appointment for later engagement using language assistance services. Google Translate should not be used as a primary form of interpretation unless there is an emergency. It is not reliable for technical documents such as permit applications. Friends or family services. If you have offered any of the free services and the LEP person declines and insists upon using family or a friend, document the encounter in the LEP log and note the following. The family member or friend is 18 years of age or older, is capable of providing competent translation, and does not have a conflict of interest, and that the subject matter is not confidential or private. Documenting the encounter. All LEP encounters, whether translation service is provided or not, should be documented on the LEP log form located on TDECS Title VI intranet page. When documenting the encounter, the following information should be recorded. The name, email, and division of the TDEC employee logging the interaction, date and language of encounter, type of encounter, whether telephonic or in person, an oral or written, the topic of the encounter, for example, radon results, and service provider, be it AVAZA, Linguistica, bilingual staff, or a combination of services. Preparation for an LEP encounter. Become familiar with the LEP log located on TDEC's intranet page. Print an iSpeak or language ID card for your desk or add a field LEP card to your mobile office. Download Google Translate on your TDEC issued phone. And think about your interactions with LEP persons and if it would be valuable to have any documents translated.